You want me to put that on my todger?
This one's wife. Where has she gone? Hello, I'm hgtudor. Daniela Elsa writes for news.com.au. A staple of every 90s childhood was having a go playing Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego on a PC only slightly smaller than a Kia Rio. I reckon we could reboot the game now, only we could call it Where in the World is This One's Wife? Where has the Duchess of Sussex gone? November the 27th marks 7 years since she, then actress, blogger and Angelino native, stood next to Prince Harry in Kensington Palace's iconic sunken garden and announced their engagement. But in the long and winding story of the Duchess, which includes an exhausting rinse and repeat of tragi-comedy drama, 2024 stands out as a remarkable year. What has happened to arguably one of the most famous women in the world? In the last 6 months, This One's Wife has only done one short interview, a brief two-hander with Harry for US breakfast television to support the launch of their Archwell Foundation's Parents Network, see Parts Passim. She has not debuted any new TV shows or podcasts, despite signing with Lemonada Media in February. She has only very occasionally been papped out and about. She has only done a couple of glam evening appearances and has barely graced any stages. What has changed? The first few months of the year pointed to a bumper 2024 for the former Suits star. February saw the Sussexes in Vancouver to promote next year's first Winter Invictus Games, proving demonstrably her snow style is as superb as her regular style. March brought with it skiing at a chic Utah resort with friends, her taking part in an opening keynote panel at the uber cool SXSW Festival to celebrate International Women's Day. And finally, only days later, came the debut of her brand/business/ongoing mystery, American Riviera Orchard. Then, only a few weeks after that, in April, Netflix announced This One's Wife was set to make a series celebrating the joys of cooking, gardening, entertaining, and friendship, whatever that means. Shearing roses while holding hands with your yoga teacher. This year promised to be one that would see the Duchess making ambitious, big, aquazurid strides in her gender equality work, jam production, and TV making. Buckle up, kiddos. It was going to be This One's Wife time. Well, that has not panned out now, has it? The ARO Instagram account languishes away, unloved and uncovered in dust. Her TV show is yet to get an air date, despite filming finishing back around June. And aside from the couple's international tours to Nigeria and Colombia, and a Remembrance Day video, the Duchess has largely absented herself from the public stage. The world has been put on a This One's Wife starvation diet, and I don't know why. Look back at how much she managed to cram into 2023, and you will see the picture even more clearly. In only 12 months, This One's Wife took centre stage at the MS Awards in New York, walked the red carpet, and spoke to the press at Variety's Power of Women event, was seen doing some top-notch hobnobbing and starry shoulder rubbing at the LA stop of Beyoncé's Reformation tour. hit Las Vegas with Cameron Diaz and Bumble founder, and self-made billionaire Whitley Wolfe Heard, and was at Ellen DeGeneres and Portia de Ross's vow renewal with Gwyneth Paltrow, Jennifer Aniston, Courtney Cox, Katy Perry, and Orlando Bloom. Then there was the steady stream of paparazzi snaps of the Duchess living the most aspirational of high-low SoCal post-royal lives. She and Harry were snapped having dinner at San Fagente bungalows, having a birthday date night in Monte Shit Show, leaving a work lunch at LA vegan hotspot Gracias Madra, hanging out with poet Cleo Wade and her hairdresser, Katie Lee, buying flowers at a local farmer's market and popping out for a burgery bite at In-N-Out. Harry and this one's wife were also photographed at the 4th of July parade near their house and trick-or-treating with their kids. None of this has happened this year, aside from the Duke and Duchess of Sussex being photographed leaving Tyler Perry's 55th birthday party in September, where Harry was seen seemingly photographing the press for what I can only imagine will be a postmodernist multimedia installation piece or a keeper for his burn book. When the US tabloid Star, which has strangely never won a Pulitzer for its reporting, put the Sussexes on the cover this week, the headline, 5 years later, This One's Wife in Harry's Shattered World, it was with a photograph taken at the very beginning of the year. It's not like they have any particularly fresh ones to work with. What is intriguing to note is that the Duchess does appear to have gone to ground for reasons that are not yet known. Maybe the couple has just gotten better at swerving long lenses, and maybe, aside from October's Los Angeles Children's Hospital Gala, her interest in doing some evening dazzling has waned, and she preferred to be at home in some old tracky pants, with a large glass of vino. Maybe she is done with the bright lights, lime and otherwise, and is focusing on her future business and manifesting a Kmart product deal. But what will be interesting to watch play out in the coming months is if this marks the beginning of a real shift in the Duchess of Sussex's visibility, or whether this lull has more to do with her marshalling her forces and preparing for a barnstorming next year. Tentatively pencil it in. 2025 could be the jam, or not. Now that's a useful summary that Daniela Elsa, writing for news.com.au, has provided, which of course I assume she wrote before the recent appearance at the hairdressing launch that This One's Wife turned up at, the highbrow hippie event. But it does show the contrast. And of course, the reason why she's not been as prominent isn't to do with any choice that she has made, but is everything to do with the fact that people don't want to have anything to do with her. That summary provides you with a useful outcome of the collateral consequences experienced by the narcissist, that time and time again, as she has sought to assert control in the moment, what has then occurred is that she has created a problem thereafter, which has caused people to think, we don't want to deal with her. She doesn't deliver. She's problematic. She's toxic. And now the gaps in the diary have appeared as a consequence of that. Thus, what Daniela Elsa lists isn't anything to do with This One's Wife laying low, ready to making a big push, but instead is demonstrative of the fact that people don't want anything to do with her. Naturally, This One's Wife can't see that she's the problem. She'll believe that people are being unfair towards her. But to anybody else, you're able to see that this is the result, based upon the evidence, of her narcissism in action. Where has she gone? Well, she hasn't gone anywhere. It's rather a case of what is she doing, which is something, of course, that I addressed in some recent videos, in case you have not watched them. I'm HG Tudor. Thank you for listening.